world that is full of noise, endless distractions, competing ideologies, and pressure to conform. Yet amidst this cacophony, there is something deeper, more profound that calls out to you. It's the realization that you are more than what you see in the mirror, more than what others say about you, more than the fleeting roles that life may have thrust upon you. At the core of your existence, there is awe. The concept of personal responsibility is one of the most powerful forces we can embrace in our lives. It is not merely about recognizing that we are accountable for the choices we make, but also about understanding the profound impact those choices have, not just on our own existence, but on the world around us. This awareness is where the idea of awe begins. The very act of acknowledging that we as individuals have control over our lives is both humbling and liberating. It is a realization that the world is not a set of random events that we passively endure, but rather a place where our actions shape the course of our lives and influence others in ways we might never fully understand. When we accept personal responsibility, we start to see the power we have in the simplest of decisions, from the way we respond to challenges, to the way we treat others, to how we choose to invest our time and energy. Every decision carries weight. In this sense, life becomes a series of deliberate choices that we have the privilege to make. It is a privilege because not everyone acknowledges this power, and not everyone takes ownership of their role in the unfolding of their existence. Many people go through life allowing external forces to dictate their paths. They blame circumstances, society, or other people for where they find themselves. But when you take responsibility, you realize that you are not a passive observer in your own life. You are an active participant in shaping your destiny. This responsibility, though, is not a burden. It is an opportunity. It is an invitation to step into your own power and recognize the incredible potential that lies within you. The choices you make, no matter how small they seem, accumulate over time and create the story of your life. These choices are the brushstrokes with which you paint the canvas of your existence. It's easy to dismiss small decisions as insignificant, but the truth is that every single action you take has a ripple effect. Whether you choose to speak kindly to someone, whether you choose to work hard, or whether you choose to rise above your fears, those actions build on each other and shape the course of your journey. Understanding the impact of your choices is a humbling experience. We often fail to see how much power we wield in the world, especially when our actions appear insignificant in the moment. But the smallest act of kindness can alter someone's day, change their perspective, or even change the course of their life. Your decision to take responsibility for your own happiness can inspire others to do the same. Your willingness to stand firm in your values can create a ripple effect that touches the lives of countless others. You may never see the full extent of the impact you have on the world, but that doesn't make it any less real. The power of your choices stretches far beyond what you can immediately perceive, and this realization is a source of awe. Taking responsibility also means understanding that you cannot change everything. There are forces outside your control, and sometimes life will present you with challenges that seem insurmountable. But even in these moments, the choice remains with you. You can choose how to react. You can choose how to rise to the challenge, how to learn from your setbacks, and how to continue moving forward. This is where personal responsibility truly tests our strength. It is not always about controlling the circumstances. It is about taking ownership of how we engage with them, how we move through them, and how we use them to grow. At the core of this realization is a profound sense of awe, the awareness that our lives are not defined by external forces, but by the decisions we make is an awe-inspiring truth. We are not simply drifting through life. We are the architects of our own fate. Each decision we make is an opportunity to create meaning, to build the life we want, and to leave a lasting impact on the world around us. The power to choose is not a trivial thing. It is a profound gift, one that we should not take lightly. And as we become more aware of the weight and significance of our actions, we begin to see the immense responsibility we carry and the awe that comes with it. We realize that the power to shape our world lies in our hands. And with that realization, we also understand that with power comes the responsibility to use it wisely. The journey of self-discovery is one of the most profound and awe-inspiring experiences a person can undertake. It is not a destination to be reached, but rather a continuous process, a deeper understanding of who you are and what you are capable of. This process goes beyond simply recognizing your superficial traits, your appearance, your habits, or your outward roles in life. Self-discovery reaches into the very core of your being, exploring your values, beliefs, and potential. It's about coming to terms with your strengths and weaknesses, your passions and fears, and ultimately realizing that you have a unique place in the vast expanse of the world. To truly know yourself is to unlock a level of authenticity that brings both clarity and awe. The beginning of this journey often starts with the inner questioning. Who am I beyond the labels that others have placed on me? This question is not always easy to answer. We are often conditioned by society, culture, and family to adopt certain identities, roles that may not align with our true selves. Perhaps you were told to be a certain way, to think a certain way, or to live a certain life. But deep within, there is something more, something raw, authentic, and uniquely yours. Self-discovery requires peeling back these layers, challenging assumptions, and stepping away from the external pressures that shape our sense of self. It involves the courage to explore your innermost thoughts, desires, and dreams, even when they seem foreign or uncomfortable. As you begin to discover who you truly are, the process becomes one of self-acceptance. This is not about perfection. It is not about achieving an idealized version of yourself that meets society's standards or the expectations of others. Instead, it is about embracing your authentic self, the person you are when you shed the weight of judgment and comparison. In this acceptance, you begin to find peace, understanding, and most importantly, a sense of awe. To realize that you are enough just as you are is a revelation. You are not defined by your flaws, your mistakes, or your failures, but by the whole of your experiences, the way you choose to learn, grow, and move forward. Understanding your potential is another integral part of this journey. It is easy to become bogged down by the limitations we perceive within ourselves. We may look at our current circumstances and feel trapped as though our potential is stifled or unreachable. But self-discovery reveals that potential is not a fixed state. It is fluid, ever evolving, and always present within us. Every person carries with them an untapped capacity for growth, learning, and transformation. When you begin to understand your potential, you open yourself up to new possibilities, to the realization that you are capable of far more than you once thought. This is where the awe of self-discovery truly takes root. The recognition that you have limitless capacity to evolve, to break free from old patterns, and to shape the life you desire. Another powerful aspect of discovering who you are is understanding your unique place in the world. There are billions of people on this planet, yet there is no one quite like you. Your experiences, your perspective, your strengths, and your challenges all come together in a way that no one else's ever will. To recognize its uniqueness is to understand that your life has meaning beyond the mundane. You have a contribution to make, whether it's to your family, your community, your work, or the world at large. When you begin to see yourself as an integral part of the larger whole, the impact you can have on others becomes clear. You realize that your existence is not an accident, nor is it insignificant. You are a vital thread in the tapestry of life. And embracing this truth brings a deep sense of awe and reverence for the preciousness of your journey. As you continue down this path of self-discovery, you encounter new facets of yourself. Perhaps you uncover passions you never knew you had, or strengths you never recognized. You may confront aspects of your past that you'd long buried, but by facing them head on, you unlock the power to heal and grow. Each discovery is a piece of the puzzle that reveals a deeper understanding of who you are and what you are capable of. This process of continual unfolding is what makes self-discovery so awe-inspiring. It is an ongoing exploration into the vastness of your own potential, a never-ending journey toward realizing the fullness of your being. The awe that comes from embracing your authentic self is not just about achieving a specific outcome or meeting external standards. It's about recognizing your inherent worth, your boundless potential, and your unique place in the world. To be fully yourself is to live with purpose, to move through life with clarity and confidence, and to see the beauty in both your strengths and your imperfections. It is through this acceptance and understanding that you come to realize that who you are is more than enough, and that your journey is one of deep significance. To embrace your potential is to open yourself up to the possibility of becoming something greater than you are today. It is to recognize the vast, untapped well of strength, creativity, and resilience within you. Each person is born with unique talents and qualities that, when fully realized, can shape the course of their lives and impact the world around them. Yet many of us live unaware of this potential, often limiting ourselves by the beliefs we hold about our abilities, our past failures, or our current circumstances. The true power of embracing your potential lies in recognizing not only your strengths, but also your flaws, and realizing that both are part of a greater capacity for growth and transformation. The first step in embracing your potential is to acknowledge your strengths. It is easy to overlook them, especially when we live in a society that constantly measures success against external benchmarks. We are often trained to focus on what we lack rather than what we have. But every person possesses strengths, whether they are natural talents, learned skills, or even quiet resilience in the face of adversity. Recognizing these strengths is not about arrogance or self-congratulation. It is about accepting and valuing what you bring to the table. It is the foundation upon which you will, the wellspring from which your confidence and courage grow. By identifying embracing your potential is not solely about focusing on what you are already good at. It also involves facing your flaws. Each of us has weaknesses, limitations, and areas for improvement. For some, these may be obvious. Fear, self-doubt, impatience, or a lack of discipline. For others, they may be more subtle. Perhaps a reluctance to take risks, a tendency to procrastinate, or an inability to fully trust others. These flaws, though often seen as obstacles, are not something to be ashamed of. They are simply part of being human, and they provide the fertile ground for growth. When you accept your flaws and recognize that they are not permanent, you open the door to change. Flaws are not weaknesses to be avoided or hidden. They are opportunities for growth. They challenge you to become better, to push beyond what you thought was possible, and to transform yourself in ways that may seem unimaginable at first. One of the most awe-inspiring aspects of embracing your potential is the recognition that you are capable of continuous transformation. This idea is both freeing and empowering. It means that no matter where you start, no matter how many mistakes you make along the way, there is always room for growth. You are not bound by your past. You are not defined by your previous failures or by the limitations others may have placed on you. There is always the possibility to evolve into something greater. This limitless capacity for growth is something that should inspire all. The human ability to learn, adapt, and overcome challenges is a remarkable gift. Each moment offers a new opportunity to stretch yourself, to break free from old patterns, and to become the person you are meant to be. The process of growth and transformation is not always easy. It requires commitment, resilience, and the willingness to confront discomfort. But it is precisely this challenge that makes it so rewarding. Every time you step outside of your comfort zone, every time you face a fear, every time you choose to learn something new, you tap into your potential in ways you may not fully realize at the time. Growth is not always linear. It is messy, unpredictable, and often slow. Yet over time, you begin to notice the changes within yourself. You become more capable, more confident, more aware of your inner strength. And in that process, there is an overwhelming sense of awe in realizing how far you have come and how much further you can still go. Perhaps the most inspiring part of embracing your potential is the realization that it is not a solitary journey. The potential within you is interconnected with the world around you. As you grow and evolve, you have the ability to impact others, to inspire them to recognize their own potential, and to help them grow in ways they might never have imagined. This creates a ripple effect, a shared experience of transformation that moves outward, touching lives, changing perspectives, and creating new opportunities for those around you. In the end, embracing your potential is about recognizing that you are a work in progress, always capable of becoming something more, something greater. It is about seeing yourself as a person of limitless possibility, a person who has the ability to shape your own future no matter where you start. This awareness is awe-inspiring because it reminds you that you are not confined by your past, your limitations, or your flaws. You are capable of growth and transformation, and the journey of embracing your potential is one of the most powerful and inspiring experiences you can have. Life, in its essence, is a complex interplay of chaos and order. Chaos is the unpredictability, the disorder, the challenges and contradictions that we encounter on a daily basis. It can come in the form of personal crises, societal turbulence, or even the uncertainty of the future. On the other hand, order represents the structure we impose on our lives, the routines, the rules, the meaning we construct to make sense of the chaos. Both are inextricably linked, and it is within the tension between them that we find the opportunity for profound growth and meaning. Confronting this chaos, acknowledging its inevitability, and choosing to order our own lives within it is one of the most awe-inspiring acts a person can undertake. First, it is essential to recognize that chaos is a fundamental part of existence. It is not something to be feared or avoided, but rather something to be understood and engaged with. Life, in all its beauty and complexity, does not operate according to a neat, predictable script. Things do not always go as planned. Relationships fail, opportunities are missed, and disasters strike when least expected. This unpredictability can be unsettling. It can provoke feelings of helplessness, confusion, and frustration. But to deny this chaos is to deny reality. It is in confronting it head on, without flinching, that we begin to find meaning. The very presence of chaos invites us to reflect on what matters most, to dig deep into our values and our sense of purpose, and to figure out how to navigate the turbulence with grace and integrity. Acknowledging the complexity and uncertainty of life is an essential step in this process. To do so is not to surrender to passivity, but rather to recognize that we cannot control everything. We cannot anticipate every outcome, nor can we eliminate every risk or challenge. There is a certain humility in accepting that the world is not entirely within our control, and that unpredictability is part of what makes life rich and meaningful. Chaos, in its rawest form, forces us to confront our own limitations. It shows us that we are not omnipotent. We are human. Yet, within this recognition lies the opportunity for true transformation. The chaos of life is not an enemy to be defeated, but a challenge to be met with courage and resilience. The act of choosing to bring order to your life within this chaos is where the true power lies. This is where meaning is forged, not in the absence of chaos, but in our ability to create structure and purpose within it. Order does not mean perfection, nor does it imply rigid control over every aspect of life. Rather, it involves making conscious choices about how to respond to the chaos around you, how to structure your day, how to prioritize your time and energy, and how to align your actions with your deeper values. It means finding the discipline to maintain your integrity and your focus, even when the world seems to be in turmoil. In finding order within chaos, you begin to see the beauty of human resilience. It is awe-inspiring to witness how individuals can, amidst the most trying circumstances, create something meaningful out of disorder. This process is not always easy. It requires effort, perseverance, and the willingness to face the discomfort of uncertainty. But it is through this struggle that we find growth. By choosing to act in a way that reflects our values, even when life is unpredictable, we build resilience. We show ourselves that we have the capacity to endure, to adapt, and to thrive even in the most difficult situations. This act of creating order in chaos often brings clarity. When you choose to focus on what you can control, your actions, your reactions, your mindset, you begin to see the world with a sense of purpose. The chaos may still exist, but it no longer feels overwhelming. You develop a sense of agency and mastery over your own life, which brings a profound sense of peace. The struggle itself becomes meaningful because you understand that it is not the chaos that defines you, but how you choose to respond to it. This is where the awe comes in, not in the absence of chaos, but in the courage to navigate it with purpose and resolve. The ability to confront chaos and impose order within it is a deeply empowering experience. It is not about eliminating uncertainty or avoiding discomfort. It is about embracing the complexity of life and finding your way through it. It is about seeing the disorder as an opportunity for growth, learning, and transformation. In this struggle, you create meaning. You build your life not in spite of the chaos, but because of it. And in this process, you realize that order is not something that exists outside of you, but something you create within yourself through your choices, your mindset, and your actions. The ability to bring order to chaos is awe-inspiring because it reveals the depth of your own strength, resilience, and capacity for growth. Honoring our struggles is one of the most profound acts of self-respect and personal growth. Life is filled with challenges, hardships, and moments of pain that at times can feel overwhelming. But rather than viewing these struggles as obstacles or setbacks, we must come to see them as essential components of our journey toward becoming who we are meant to be. Struggles are not simply to be endured or avoided. They are to be honored because they shape us, refine us, and provide the fertile ground in which we grow. It is within the struggle itself that we often find our greatest strength, our resilience, and our capacity for transformation. At first glance, it may seem counterintuitive to honor hardship. After all, it is easy to feel defeated when life presents challenges that seem insurmountable. Pain, whether physical, emotional, or mental, is uncomfortable, and our natural instinct is often to run from it or suppress it. Yet, if we take a moment to step back and examine these struggles through a different lens, we begin to see their true value. Every challenge we face offers us the opportunity to grow. It forces us to look deep within ourselves, to question our assumptions, and to develop new perspectives. The struggle itself is a teacher, imparting lessons that cannot be learned through ease or comfort. This idea of honoring our struggles is tied to the recognition that hardship is a universal experience. We all face difficulties in life, and no one is exempt from the trials that shape us. These struggles may come in many forms: loss, failure, betrayal, disappointment, illness, or simply the weight of everyday challenges. Regardless of the specific form they take, each struggle presents an opportunity to develop resilience. Resilience is not something that is given to us. It is something we build through our experiences. It is forged in the fire of adversity. Each time we rise above a challenge, each time we face our fears or confront a painful reality, we strengthen our ability to endure and persevere. It is through these moments of difficulty that we learn just how capable we truly are. When we honor our struggles, we begin to see them not as random or unjust, but as integral parts of the process of personal transformation. Transformation does not happen in the absence of hardship, it happens because of it. Without struggle, there is no growth. Without challenges, there is no development of strength. Every difficulty we face is an opportunity to become more than we were before. It is through the struggle that we refine our character, build our resilience, and learn to face the world with greater courage and wisdom. What is truly awe-inspiring is recognizing that we are not defined by our struggles, but by how we respond to them. The way we choose to navigate hardship says more about us than the hardship itself. It is easy to get caught up in a victim mentality, to believe that the challenges we face are unfair or insurmountable. But when we honor our struggles, we begin to see them as a part of the journey. We understand that it is not the struggles themselves that shape us, but our ability to rise in the face of them. This realization is a powerful one. It is the moment when we stop seeing ourselves as passive victims of circumstance and instead begin to see ourselves as active participants in our own growth and transformation. By honoring our struggles, we acknowledge that personal transformation is a messy, often painful process. It is not linear or predictable, and it does not happen overnight. But with each challenge we face, we have the chance to emerge stronger, wiser, and more resilient than before. We develop an appreciation for the complexity of life, and we understand that hardship is not something to be avoided, but something to be integrated into our personal narrative. The struggles we face are not separate from us. They are a part of our story, and they help to define who we are and who we will become. When we look at our struggles through this lens, we begin to appreciate the profound awe that comes from personal transformation. To look back on a difficult period in our lives and recognize how far we have come is to witness the miracle of growth. It is to see how the seeds of strength, wisdom, and resilience were planted in the soil of our struggles, and how, over time, they have blossomed into a fuller, richer version of ourselves. This is not a trivial realization. It is a profound understanding of the depth of human potential. We are capable of overcoming, of growing, and of transforming in ways that defy our initial expectations. Honoring our struggles is an acknowledgement of the resilience and power that resides within us all. It is a recognition that through hardship, we are not diminished, we are strengthened. It is the awe of personal transformation that comes when we see how our struggles have shaped us into the people we are today and how they will continue to shape us in the future. Embracing this truth, we honor not only our past struggles, but also the struggles that lie ahead, knowing that each one will offer us the opportunity to grow even more. In this way, our struggles become the very foundation of our strength, our wisdom, and our resilience. The true awe of life emerges not only from self-discovery and personal growth, but also from recognizing the profound impact we have on others. It is easy to become consumed by our own journeys, focusing on our individual struggles, achievements, and aspirations. Yet the true depth of our existence is revealed when we consider how our actions, choices, and presence ripple outward, affecting the lives of those around us. We do not exist in isolation. Our lives are interwoven with the lives of others, and every decision we make, no matter how small, has the potential to shape the world in ways we may never fully understand. The impact we have on others is both immediate and far-reaching. In our personal relationships, the choices we make, the words we speak, the love we give, the care we show can have a profound influence on those closest to us. Our families, friends, colleagues, and even strangers encounter us in moments that may forever alter their path. A single act of kindness can lift someone from despair. A word of encouragement can spark a new sense of hope. And a small gesture of support can change the trajectory of a life. These moments may seem insignificant in the grand scheme of things, but they are not. In the grand web of human connection, every thread matters. The way we show up for others, the way we engage with them, and the energy we bring into a room can set into motion a chain of events that reaches far beyond what we can see. When we take the time to consider the impact we have on others, we begin to understand that we are not merely living for ourselves. We are part of a larger, interconnected system. The choices we make influence the people around us, and in turn, they influence others, creating a ripple effect that extends out into our communities, our societies, and beyond. The power of this interconnectedness is awe-inspiring. The realization that our lives have the potential to shape the course of events in ways we may never fully grasp brings a deep sense of responsibility, but also a profound sense of purpose. This impact is not always obvious or immediate. We may never fully know how a single interaction or a moment of compassion changes someone else's life. It's easy to underestimate the weight of our actions, especially when they seem small or inconsequential in the moment. But every choice matters. The way we treat others, the way we lead by example, the way we show up in the world, it all has a ripple effect. The good we do, no matter how minor it seems, can spread to others in ways that we may never see, but will undoubtedly affect the larger whole. Every person we encounter is touched by us in some way, and we in turn are shaped by the people we meet. In this shared, interconnected experience, we begin to see the immense power we hold to create positive change, not only in our own lives, but in the lives of others. The realization of our impact on others challenges us to live with greater intention. It prompts us to reflect on the kind of person we want to be and the legacy we wish to leave. If we are truly to awe ourselves, we must consider the effect our choices have on the people we encounter. Are we helping to uplift them, to encourage them, to support their growth, or are we contributing to their struggles, perpetuating negativity, or hindering their progress? The choices we make, from the smallest interactions to the largest decisions, contribute to the energy we put out into the world. This energy can either build others up or tear them down. It is in our power to choose which impact we want to have. The awe of impact on others extends beyond personal relationships. The way we contribute to our communities and societies at large is just as significant. Whether it's through our work, our activism, our creativity, or our simple presence in the world, we have the ability to influence the larger systems we are part of. The collective impact we have on the world is a reflection of the individual actions we take every day. When we act with integrity, compassion, and purpose, we inspire others to do the same. This creates a ripple effect that can transform communities, organizations, and even nations. It is awe-inspiring to realize that our actions, no matter how seemingly insignificant, can have a profound effect on the world around us. This interconnectedness also means that we are never truly alone in our journey. Our lives are constantly intertwined with those of others, and our struggles and successes are shared. The recognition of this interconnectedness is a humbling and awe-inspiring realization. We are not isolated beings, but part of a greater whole, each of us contributing to the collective human experience. In this light, every person we meet, every choice we make becomes an opportunity to shape the world in a positive way. Our lives have meaning, not only in the context of our own growth, but in the way they influence and uplift those around us. In the end, all of our impact on others comes from the recognition that we are not separate from the world, but an integral part of it. The choices we make matter. They shape the lives of others, influence our communities, and have the potential to create a lasting change in the world. By considering the ripple effect of our actions, we awaken to the true power of our presence and the responsibility we have to live with intention, purpose, and compassion. Our lives are not defined solely by our own growth, but by the way we contribute to the growth of others. And it is in this shared, interconnected experience that we truly come to understand the depth of our existence and the awe of our potential to shape the world for the better. So let me leave you with this. Your life, your choices, your struggles, they all matter. Don't let anyone tell you different. You are not here by accident. You have a purpose, a mission, a unique role to play in this world. The impact you make starts with you, but it doesn't end with you. You don't just change your life. You change the lives of everyone you encounter. You're not just living for yourself. You're living for the community, the world, and the future generations that are watching you right now. It's not easy. It's never easy. But guess what? The struggle is where you find your strength. The chaos is where you find your courage. And the process of growing, of facing those tough moments, is where you uncover the greatness within you. So get out there and honor your journey. Embrace the chaos. Confront your struggles and know that you are not alone. You are shaping the world one choice at a time. The question is, what impact do you want to leave? Are you going to stand up and show the world what you're made of? I believe in you. Now it's time for you to believe in yourself. Let it go.